Alright guys, welcome. Sorry about that. I almost faked you out with the cast there, but we're into picks and bans here. This is going to be the losers bracket of ECL. Whoever loses this is actually out, so we'll see who can advance here. But I am EGADS, if you haven't heard of me before. But yeah, relatively new to Dota casting, so I hope you enjoy the cast. Either way, finally got them into the lobby, finally get to go. And Vici losing to Newbie, and then IG losing to LGD from what it looked like. And I mean, both teams having a tough time, you know. IG, they had a decent run in the I-League qualifiers and stuff like that. You got to see Chuan's Chen, and Chuan played nothing but Chen and Dazzle the entire time. So maybe we'll see a targeted ban away from that. But Chuan's win ratio on Chen isn't that good. So we'll see what happens here. The Bat Rider, the Tidehunter, and the Brewmaster getting banned away, as well as the Doom. We saw Doom last game from Newbie. Rabbit really just excels on that hero, farming up a storm. He had he was 6 slotted by about 40 minutes too, which was insane. So we won't see that this game, but you know, relatively standard bans in those offlaners. The Brew mid game spike too once he has that blink dagger is really just a trouble to deal with. You know, later on the split becomes ineffective, but if you can snowball that earlier game, get your core farmed up, and you're good to go. So Invictus Gaming, they will snag up the Ember Spirit as the first pick there. That'll be Ferrari 430's mid Ember Spirit for sure. That's all he likes to play. It's all he really seems to want to first pick if it's ever open. He'll look to prioritize that as his main mid hero. So 2 more picks from the Vici Gaming side: the Faceless Void and the Skyearth Mage, the Mystic Flare, and Chronosphere combination. As it's relatively easy to set up with that. And honestly, from what I've seen from the Chinese teams, from what I've casted at least, is that the Void is a priority. If you don't ban him out first, you usually let Brew slip or anything like that, but the Chronosphere is just way too strong, and pairing that with an early game support in the Skyearth Mage is just so good. Very synergistic is the word I was looking for, but you know, just lots of good harass comes in from the Skyearth Mage. The Seal Silence, once it's maxed, is that 6 seconds, so just really annoying to deal with. The Skyearth Mage is just proven to hinder a lot of teams, put them down. That silence is always something you can't count out. Ember Spirit can suffer from the silence quite a bit. You know, you stop a Remnant back, you stop Sleight of Fist, and just if he doesn't get the Flame Guard out first, then you're good to take the fight with the Mystic Flare. The Medusa, though, does get picked up from IG, and I mean, that's just a standard quarter come out. We saw Medusa actually get banned out a couple games ago, so seeing this one slip through, we're going to see the Gorgon try to get the the Stone Gaze out, as you know, you can't BKB through it, and you have to always turn away from that fight, and either way you're getting slowed while she's chasing you down and whittling you away with those auto attacks. So it's also hard to really break through the mana shield as well. 60% mitigation, and it only gets better as she levels up, and even has some mana that can come back to her with the Mystic Snake. And also, you know, once you get to that 60-minute point, or I'd say even like 45 minutes if they're farming up well, and I expect, you know, there'd be some good farming to come out here from, I believe that's going to be Luo playing. Yeah, Luo. I believe Luo will play it. I'm looking at like their past games, and no, they haven't played any Medusa in I-League, as it was normally like a prioritized ban. But we'll see the next few bans come on out here from the Vengeful Spirit and the Chen Chuan, same thing. That's pretty much all he likes to play. And then the Anti-Mage and the Io, or the Wisp, getting taken out there. So, taking away the Wisp combination from the Void is pretty strong. Invictus Gaming could have picked up Wisp too. You know, Chispug is a pretty decent support player at that if he wanted to pick that one up for himself. You know, Medusa Wisp also is really good. Overcharge, the mana regeneration you get from the Tether is really good too. And that would just guarantee that Medusa never died, but you don't really get to see too many Io Medusa coming together. The Invoker will get picked up here from Vici Gaming, so that's going to be Black's Invoker, and if you guys have watched the Summit or ever seen Black play just in general, his Invoker play is pretty good. FY also could play it too, which is another good thing. You know, the versatility of the players is a pretty nice thing. And then there's Chazzle, as I like to call him, or Duan. You know, it's pretty much what Chuan will play once Chen is banned out. It's just they default him straight up to the Dazzle there, and the Shallow Grave here is really good too. Keep the Ember Spirit out of the midst of dying, and he has a good escape too. And the Remnant, the Medusa can just stay alive more frequently in the fights, you know. And weaving too is pretty big. The armor here is pretty good against the Void. And if you weave outside of a Chronosphere, you're going to guarantee that you could turn too, because the Void is going to keep trying to bash away, but he'll end up being in the negative of the armor totals, so we'll have to keep out for that. And in terms of another support that IG could look for, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ogre was picked up, but Vici Gaming have a chance to snag the Ogre away. Skywrath Mage Ogre combination, pretty good at roaming, you know, get an early smoke out, level 2, and Concussive Shot and Ignite just synergize so well together in that lane. Could set up for a really good aggressive try if they want to shut down this Medusa. But IG could also put Medusa in the off lane too, if they really wanted to. Or try to read the tri-lane that Vici Gaming are like to pick out, and then just, you know, put Medusa on the other side of the map. Don't have her go up against any of that stuff, and just farm safely. So we gotta wait to see what they want to go for with, you know, the Iogon and the Chengon too. Ogre just seems like he'd be a really good pickup for Vici right now. Bloodlust with Faceless Void and Invoker is really nice. Although full Wex on Invoker, just given max movement speed anyway, just the attack speed is pretty nice to have. And they go for Axe.
Radiant's pick.
Okay, so you got some good hard control with the call, as well as if Medusa does ever hit that threshold to get culled down, then that's pretty nice. And also the counter to the Shallow Grave. And, you know, Chuan, he's expected this. He's kind of played against Axe quite a bit as Dazzle, and, you know, he knows how to deal with this fairly well. Kind of feels a little greedy though. You know, he's gotta go into the jungle just a bit. If he can't offlane, unless his Void is offlane, then by all means it'll be like the safe light Axe farming for that sub 10-minute blink dagger. And there is a bit of kill potential with the core Axe too if they put it into the tri lane. Call Mystic Flare as well is pretty good. I want to say that they're not going to put the Axe in the core role though, but I wouldn't be surprised. So, next pick here for IG, feeling like they want to get a tanky offlane too to combat this Axe and the Void with the backtrack. You know, we've seen backtrack be a very useful ability from time to time. You know, percentage RNG is just pretty good. I still want to see Ogre. Honestly, like, Ogre is just really good. Multicasting, he's pretty fun. And if you ever get to the Ags point, too, you get that unrefined Fire Blast. So, they're kind of thinking pretty hard about this one. There's a lot of good initiation coming in from Vici Gaming, too. They have the Time Walk, they have Invoker if he goes Quas Wex, the EMP Tornado combination, and later on down the road, the Deafening Blast, too. So, let's see. I mean, with Chronosphere and the possible combinations of Deafening Blast and Meteor, it's pretty good. Also, if this Invoker wants to go for the Exort early on, and once level 6 comes in for the Void, he'll just be Sunstriking away all over the map. And there's the Ogre. Okay, so now Bloodlust with Medusa is another big thing late game that Vici Gaming are going to have to watch out for. Because once you have the Scotty, it's going to be pretty hard to take her down. The Mana Shield's even harder to break. If she goes for Lankins, you know, you can stop the Orchid, could stop the Call. Or even a Seal. Stopping a Seal would be a pretty big thing. But I've been seeing a lot of Medusas lately, at least, from what I've been casting for the Chinese scene, is they won't even go for Lankins. They just go straight up for Scotty. It's like that phase boots or treads, depending on what they want to prefer, and then it's like Aquila into straight up Scotty. And they just get way too tanky and too mobile to deal with. So this is the Viper band coming in. The mid lane Viper would have been pretty tough for FY to deal with, if that is even FY's Invoker still.
10 seconds to go.
Another thing we're going to have to factor in later on in this game is the Cull. Like, the Cull at almost any point where Dazzle has the Shallow Grave out is going to be relevant. And, okay, they take away the AA. AA against this composition would be good too. Stop the Shadow Wave. If there was an Omni Knight potential pickup for IG, that would stop Purification and such. Even with the regeneration taken away from Guardian Angel. You know, Repel is still pretty good. Yeah, actually, I can see Vici Gaming getting an Omni Knight here. Because once Axe has a Blink Call, you're just able to Purify and just guarantee that pure damage to come through. Degen Aura is pretty nice, too, to chase down the Medusa and the Ember. If Ember doesn't have Remnant out, obviously. And And Guardian Angel's actually pretty nice against Medusa. You know, she'll be split-shotting, her damage is going to be split, and the GA already is just going to mitigate all of that. So, I wouldn't be too surprised to see an Omni. But maybe a Lion would fit better too, because the Skywrath Mage would definitely like to roam early on too. Earthspike into Hex is a pretty decent combination to seal up some kills.
10 seconds.
And then Finger later too is pretty nice at level 6. Get a big nice little damage spike with that. And they go for the Zeus instead.
Radiant's pick.
So seal percentage damage increase from magic damage is pretty nice for Zeus. You got the Thunderbolt to scout out wards too. And you can get some good rune control with that. If you scout out the early wards in the river, just go get that kill and get 50 gold, get rune control, and you're good to go. Guarantee that the Invoker should have no trouble getting those into his bottle. And later on, you know, you just get the Wrath of God to reveal people out. As well as if there's a multi-man chrono, Wrath of God is going to be pretty nice for that.
5 seconds.
Unless this is some weird Invoker support, which I highly doubt it is, but they go for Beastmasters from IG. This is going to be Luo's offlane beast. Yeah, okay, cool. We're good to go. So, loser of this game, or this best of 3, actually is knocked out of ECL. So we have to, a lot of high stakes here. And then tomorrow's the losers finals, and then the grand finals. I'm sure Gods is going to be covering that. But we're going to focus on this game for now. And we have a Medusa going up against the Void Axe. So that's going to be tough for her to deal with, at least early on. If she finds any kind of potential, if she finds any kind of snowball early on, then it's going to be it's going to be hard to kill her. I don't know, I'm looking for like a fancy word to say, but I just can't think of it right now. It's too early in the morning for me. But this is going to be Isis Void, Black will be playing the Invoker, and then FY will be on the Axe. Okay. So I thought it'd be like FY Invoker, but okay, that's fine with me.
5 seconds.
So once IG want to snag up their respective heroes there. Okay, cool. There we go. We're good to go. Welcome, guys. So, it's going to be June on Ember. And Ferrari's going to be playing the Mid Medusa. Mid Medusa versus Invoker is actually a pretty interesting matchup because unless we see a gank come in, this Medusa is going to have a pretty easy time. And I'm sure that Chuan or Chistbug will be standing behind her just in case. So, we'll cover over the rosters real quick. Let's put up the last Considered Eyes there. Boom. So, June will be looking to farm up on the safe lane in Ember Spirit. Joining him will be Chistbug there on the Ogre Magi. Ferrari 430 on the Medusa mid. Chuan will be supporting him, more than likely roaming around just a bit on his Dazzle. And then Luo, interestingly enough, will be playing the Beastmaster in the off lane. If anything goes wrong for him, at any point he could just default to stacking up the Ancients, and he could clear them out pretty well. Seeing as how the axes are physical damage, and just try to get a 6, max out the Boar and the Hawk, and the Hawk is going to be a good thing here too. If you can get a good position for the Hawk, keep it in the jungle, spot out the axe, and make sure that you're just playing around with the axe initiation. Once he has Blink Dagger up, Beastmaster could be a pretty good counter here, as well as the Roar going through BKBs.
Alright, carry on.
And from the side of Vici Gaming, FY will be playing your axe, on the Zeus will be Super, and then playing the Skywrath Mage with the Zeus, going to be looking to go around and clear out wards just a bit. Fenrir will be that. Ice on your offlane Void, and then in mid, Black. The man, the myth, the legend. I've seen him have good games on Invoker. I've seen him have pretty bad games on Invoker, so we'll see how this one goes for him. Going with the Null till I start too, with 4 tangos. So that'll be something we keep an eye out for. In mid, it will be Super. Okay. So, the Axe will be jungling. Super's going to get as much XP as possible on this mid Zeus. And it looks like Ice did run into a bit of a scrabble with Chistbug and June. But he got out no problem. And FY, getting this early bounty rune with the change to it, I like to see the fights early on, but teams kind of will just coordinate a little bit better than pubs will. They'll just toss it over to a more important person, as FY in the jungle here on the Axe should have no problem getting an earlier level 2. And the Boar coming through doesn't block the camp, as it does end up dying there. Maybe it does. We'll see when the camps spawn here. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. But that's a cheeky little strategy for Luo. To level the Boar first and just throw down to a camp and try to block it up. Yes, he actually had a Boar over here on the hard camp, blocked that one, and dropped the ward here. So that's 2 camps. Stop for a little bit. And Chuan's going to be staying with Luo as well. keeping him safe and keeping him healed up just in case. And this mid lane, I mean, Medusa versus Zeus, I thought it was just going to be the Invoker. Invoker would have a much tougher time here because the Medusa can just harass him out and get the Mystic Snake bounces. But the same can be said for the Zeus as well. But once the bottles are online, pretty much just going to be a farm fest between the two of them. More so, I'd say, in the favor of the Zeus, though. He'll be able to shove the wave in and Medusa early on, no split shot leveled. It'll most likely be the Mana Shield Mystic Snake route. And then just, you know, once later on the game becomes easier for her, gets the damage out, can split shot. And, you know, the harass from the Arc Lightning is fairly significant. It does hurt a bit. Down bot here, June and Chispug too. Should have a pretty easy time. I mean, they're not denying Ice since he did have a ward out earlier on that was cleared. But, you know, as soon as they can get those pulls out there, then they can start really hurting him. And the 2-minute rune, we already have FY positioning for that one. If you can get a boundary rune, that'd be pretty nice. Seeing he's level 4, but he'll throw it over to Super. Yeah, okay, so an illusion for him, and then the bounty for Ice. So some good control already coming out from Vici. And in terms of late game right now, you gotta be thinking that with the Medusa and Ember, they're gonna be able to clear waves out. They're gonna be able to fight against Chronosphere, especially if they stay split for a bit. You know, split shot can just split push away. We have the Sleight of Fist from the Ember Spirit too that could really just be annoying to deal with in general. Once he has Battle Fury out too. And you know, I've casted a lot of IG games, surprisingly enough, and it's kind of been interesting to see June when he plays Ember Spirit because he'll have free farm and then it doesn't feel like he has much of an impact on the Ember Spirit. Like he's had some really slow timings on his Battle Furies before. I mean, I understand that he goes for drums as well earlier on after his phase boots, just for more combat stats, and that active is pretty good too. But let's see, 4-minute rune not up yet. Ice was just harassing out Chispug, seeing as to how he was getting a pull off now that the camp is pullable. So. Let's see. Chuan and Luo too. They're not having the worst of times. Luo's getting some good farm. Chuan's keeping him healed up too. Even 1 level in Shadow Poison. Or Poison Touch. Excuse me. So, we haven't really smoke out from FY too. So, he just picked that one up. It's going to be on the courier going to him. When he gets his Tranquil Boots, yeah, so... He could set up for a pretty nice gank up top, seeing how so Chuan is level 3. Hasn't leveled up Shallow Grave yet either. But it looks like he's going to be going mid. Try to get this kill out of Medusa and try to shut him down early. The mana pool for Super 2 is filled up now that he used the bottle. So coming from behind, I mean, that's really hard to get in range for. There's a counter TP coming in too. So FY, yeah, I'm not sure about that. That's like 100 gold down the drain for getting hit by the tower a few times. So let's see here. Blocking Fenrir, finding some good damage onto Luo. The axe is up, get cancelled. Okay, he's fine. You don't really want to fight into the boar either. The boar is really annoying this early on. Gets slowed down a bit, and it's just annoying to get wailed in on by that. And I mean, this is FY really attempting to hurt Ferrari here. Gonna get the slow out there, gonna get the call, and they get a bunch of damage, but Super's out of mana. So chasing this one down, the stick charges do helping out Ferrari quite a bit, as well as the Ring of Aquila. You know, the extra bit of armor that comes in from that, and the mana regeneration helps out a ton. I mean, there is no way to stop this Medusa right now. I mean, even with Super with some good burst potential with that Zeus, it's just way too tough. They needed at least Skywrath Mage. Had Skywrath Mage been there, that could have been a kill. But just a solo axe, not even level 6, way too tough. I mean, it might force him to go back to base or just Bottle Crow. He doesn't even have a bottle. Never mind. Okay, so I mean, as long as he's full health, he should be fine. And down bot, it looks like they've rotated Fenrir in to help Ice out. This combination of Ogre and Ember 2 in the dual lane is really, really hard to deal with. Because 1 point Sleight of Fist is all you need to set up a Searing Chain, and then the Ogre just follows up with all of his own damage. And it feels like this isn't going to be one of those early First Blood kind of games. It's going to be one of those long, drawn out build a tension kind of moments. But coming through, time walk forward. There is the concussive shot and the arcane bolt. Sunstrike comes in as well, but a nice searing chain to stop Ice up. He pops the salve. He's going to be able to run away. No, he's not. Wow, Fenrir with the arcane bolts coming through and getting himself first blood off June. So I guess that early rotation worked out, as well as some good coordination there with Black from the Sunstrike all the way from up top. And he is going for the Quas Exhort. So, gotta say, I do like some Exhort Invoker from time to time. Meatball, Sunstrike, all really good ability, good spells. And that helps Ice out a tremendous amount. He's gonna have the Chronosphere available too, so set up for some more easy Sunstrike combinations, as well as Fenrir too can come back down here and harass him from outside of the Chrono. That might be what they're looking to do right now. Actually, that is what they're looking to do right now. So we'll see if there's any counter TPs to come through. They do end up spotting out Fenrir being here too, so they're gonna need some help. And with this tactical pause, they're gonna be like, all right, who's TPing? Who's got TPs? Let's counter this out. But I mean, FY currently sitting on only Tranquils and 600 gold, so you know, losing 100 gold from that smoke attempt mid hurts the timing just a little bit on this Blink Dagger. And what's Black going here? He's gonna go for Hand of Midas for sure, and just farm up a ton. I'm wondering if he's gonna go for the Necro route. Necro 3 wouldn't be too bad here. You know, the ranged Necro unit able to just sap away the mana of Ferrari and just be a really big nuisance. There was the arcane pickup for Luo, so with the farm he's been finding, it seems like it's pretty nice for him. And it'll help out Chuan too, seeing as to how he'll be spamming out the heals to keep him up. Alright, looks like they're good to go off this pause though. So let's see. Let's see how it goes for the June dive. The potential June dive. Good start. Alright, there you go. I mean, just dropping Chronosphere in there and just walking straight up to him should be pretty easy. He doesn't have a Remnant out though. He still has all 3 charges sitting up there. And they want to do this kill right now really badly. Ice going to go forward, straight drop with the Chrono. Sunstrike comes in, the damage sealed up, and they commit the Thunder God's Wrath too. See, easy kill coming in. And then Ice just time walks away. And Chuan was just a little too late to the party. A little bit of an extended TP for him. So that was really well played by Vici. Nice setup. That's what you need to do early on too with this Void Invoker combination. Sunstrike, just really strong. The pure damage is just crazy, and it's doing 225 right now too. To the, what is it, only 700 HP? Yeah. 700 pool of June. Makes it as simple as that. Gonna have to see for Fenrir if he wants to roam up mid. I mean, at this point, you know, Ferrari, he's been farming up a storm. He's even out CSing the Zeus by quite a bit. The Hawk's gonna spot on FY too. Yeah, this is a good thing about the Hawk. Being able to stay safe and, you know, just scout out when you feel like the gank is coming. It just feels good. Oh, there's a haste here too. Oh boy, is this gonna be the rune that gets Ferrari killed? We'll have to see. But Ferrari's having a good time here. June, not so much. With those ganks from the Skywrath Mage, he's now 0-2, so he's having a little bit of a tough time. In terms of the Vici gold right now, I mean XP is 2,000 plus, and gold is about the same story, almost at 3K. So finding themselves a nice early advantage here, for sure. And once you let Ice kind of get comfortable in his lane too, you start to see him play a little bit more greedily. He'll push up more, and there's no more pulls coming for bot lane either. So he's just getting some guaranteed farm here. Seeing as to how Chessbug can't really help out June. And they're going for stacks too. This is definitely some recovery farm that's needed for June, as well as if they really wanted to pull and deny everything, that'd be nice. But this is more so to have June farm it up a little bit later on. And trying to kill Ice here is going to be hard. Level 3 and Time Walk too, that range is pretty ridiculous. So they're kind of lingering in the woods just in case they want to set up for another Chrono from the Vici side. But the story is going to be the same. They come in for a smoke, they're going to go up top, and Luo has to watch out here. Coming forward, concussive shot connects. It's going to be a taunt, and will he get chopped down? Sunstrike comes through, and the Sunstrike is enough. So Black gets a nice easy kill for himself. And that's one of the weaknesses of Beastmaster. If you do end up overextending yourself just a bit, you can get punished pretty hard like that. And Luo's Beastmaster, not the best Beastmaster, but he's more so just there for the Primal Roar. Just trying to find the easy XP for himself. He's really close too. 40 more and he'll be good to go. So, TD on Chispug and Bounty Rune for Super. And I mean, this is kind of like, I guess you could say it's a bit of a global strat, because Sunstrike and Thunder God's Wrath really effective spells together. And Fenrir is level 6 now too, so he should just stick with Ice or FY, and once they get a call or Chrono, just drop the Mystic Flare, and that's just another easy guaranteed kill. The health pools right now are just not that much for IG. And I guess they've kind of rotated out June. Just put him up top and have him not deal with the pain in the ass that is Chronosphere. And or just Ice in general. Ice just plays a really good off lane. And he's even stealing a stack up too. Oh, that's a bit of a kick in the balls. Take away the stacks that, you know, that June could have farmed, or even Ferrari, who I haven't really talked much about because he's just been doing so well in this mid lane. 61 to 46 in terms of last hits, and despite the Arc Lightning harass, it's just maxed out mana shield and he's good to go. And Super just walked up and took so much damage there. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but I guess the high ground from Ferrari was a little too effective there. The Fog of War was keeping him out of sight. Now Chuan and Luo, the Primal Roar here now, is what I was talking about. Once he gets 6, the Primal Roar is what he's there for. Primal Roar comes through, Shadow Touch, and Mystic Snake auto attack comes in, and there you go. Medusa picks up the kill, but a Chronosphere on a 2, Sunstrike's gonna hit onto Chuan, pick up the kill, and time walk back out. So they do make it a 1-for-1 trade, but a bigger thing is Ferrari picking up that kill on the Medusa. And he also went for Hand of Midas too, so he is looking to bring this late. And yeah, a much better exchange for the side of IG for sure. For sure.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
And that Chronosphere combination is only going to be effective for so long. Once people start getting some health and we get some rewards out on the map, it'll be a little bit easier to try to deal with that. As well as if at any point Chuan isn't caught out in the Chronosphere, he could just shallow grave the person that they're looking to target down, be it Ferrari or, you know, June. So we'll see a 4-man push actually come out towards the top side. Ice was dealing with the mid, but with these, you know, Forge Spirits, they can push pretty hard. It's just going to take a little bit more effort than just Forge Spirits. They need a wave as well as some more heroes. But Smoke coming through? No. From the side of IG? No. They're just going to look to flat up defend it. Show themselves, drop an Ignite, harass out, and even drop Weave too. So with as much armor as they're losing, I don't think they're going to want to fully commit to this. And put June down bot to deal with Ice. But 40 seconds on Chrono, and June has to be careful. Still below 1,000 health. Really easy to kill. And there's pings coming through too. FY has his Blink Dagger. Oh god, no. June, let's see. Okay, he Remnants out, yeah. Well, as soon as he sees FY, he's like, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Goes straight up back to top where he had that Remnant laid.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
And I mean, they should be able to read the situation and look for a dive here. Potentially onto Super or Black. So. Nope. Not going to go for it. Don't want to look for the dive just yet. There should be defensive TPs too to come out, if anything. Yeah, Fenrir has his, and I mean, Ice is just being left alone. He's almost got the Mask of Madness, and once he has that, that's going to be pretty scary. Yep, Thunder God's Wrath, committed, just scouting out just a bit. And, I mean, using that ultimate there for just scouting purposes, I guess to keep them safe, and June also took a fair chunk of damage there too. But, I mean, they're ready. They're ready to defend this soon. Because Chronosphere should be online. Ice has a TP as well as Fenrir, so the combination of the Chrono Flare should be coming out. I mean, it should be coming out soon, unless they just want this to fall. They traded a 1-for-1 there in terms of towers, so I mean, he's Arc Lightning as much as possible. Blink forward with the call. They go into Fenrir, or Ferrari, excuse me. Sunstrike does a bunch of damage to the call, actually. Whoa, that was a interesting call coming in from FY. They don't have mana for the Stone Gaze either. Luo's kind of trapped in the tree line here. He's going to get time walked on, Thunderbolted up, and that was kind of sloppy, I would have to say. Using the call and then Sunstriking as well. The Sunstrike was fine, but the call, I'm not too sure about that. Did they get the deny on the tower? No. The creeps finished that one off. So they don't even get the deny, but they do pick up a kill on Luo. And maybe get a 1-for-1 trade out here on the top tier 1. But with the glyph available, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. That fight was all over the place. I mean, they wanted to target down Ferrari, but again, breaking the 60% damage reduction from the mana shield is pretty hard. And Black is going to be going for the Necro, so the ranged Necro unit going to be pretty troublesome for Ferrari. And with Glyph down, they push the tier 1, no problem. Going forward, they find a blink call on the Chuan. There is a Chronosphere. Chuan silenced up, can't get the Shallow Grave off, and Ferrari just kind of stuck there, not able to do anything. Could pop out the Stone Gaze, but I mean, Vici will just take a 1 for none. Again. So, in their time up top, they found 2 kills and a tower kill, which is pretty nice. And Black is going to be the person we have to watch out for this game. Once he gets Necro 3 up, he'll just leave the Archer on Medusa, just suck away all the mana as much as possible. Blink Call comes in again. They want to get this kill on the Ferrari. Sunstrike comes through. Still has the mana shield available. Pops the Stone Gaze. The call comes in. And there you go. They pick up the kill. He chops him down. Finally able to get it off. The persistence paying off in this case. Multicasted through from the Fire Blast and Searing Chains as well from the Sleight of Fist. They do pick up one, and the Roar is going to actually stop Black from TPing back. And it looks like this band is going to go down as... There it is. Flame Guard for the double kill for June. And these Invoker Forest Spirits looking to pick up Chispug. Too much mana and the heal. Keeps him alive. And Perfect World servers are absolutely pooping themselves right now for me. But 1200 exchange as well as 3k XP. A much needed kill on Black. And yeah, that was a good counterplay coming in from IG. And the Roar range is pretty big, pretty decent. Gotta say, able to stop that TP up. They're stacking Ancients and clearing them out for Luo, giving him some recovery. I want to say he's gonna go for Blink just to be a little bit more flexible with his Roars. If not, then maybe go for the Medallion. I've seen actually a fair bit of the Chinese offlaners or supports that pick up Beastmaster, and they go into Medallion and their axes, since their physical damage, just destroy low health targets. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Got another stack up there, just keeps on farming away. And the tier 1 in mid, taking a little bit of damage, but it'll take a bit to push through Super's Zeus there. With all the spam he's able to get through. And FY smoked up again. Let's see if he can get a blink initiation on mid. And IG are doing the same, so gonna be a bit of a mirrored path there for their smoke. Seeing if they find anything effective out of it. Roar is available. Man, they're just on the opposite sides of each other too. They use the Thunder God's Wrath too, and he should be able to see that it came out over here. It doesn't do any damage to smoke targets though, so yeah, everybody's wary from the Vici side. A bit of a tense moment for Vici. Like, where the hell is everybody? But with Blink Dagger online now too from Luo, Blink Roar's gonna be pretty relevant. And that's Necro 2 units as well from Black. So I mean, they should be feeling okay to push these towers. Ice is just, you know, making quick work of the bot tier 2 as well. There's the Blink Call coming through. There's the combination of the Chispug. They get the chop down. The Roar comes in just a little too late, and will they get FY? Yeah, they will. He gets Stone Gazed up. So that's a 1-for-1 trade. 2-for-1, excuse me. But Ferrari getting Shallow Grave. Can they chase them down? They should be able to. Super dropping the Thunderbolt. Nope, Arc Lightning, not enough. Ferrari actually still alive. 4 health right now. 6 health. He's still ticking up. They can't get any damage to come through, but no. Ice comes in with a Time Walk, bashing up Chuan, going on to Luo, and that's actually going to be a 5-for-1. It's a full wipe. Holy crap. Vici Gaming. Good flanking from Ice. His Chronosphere was down as he did, you know, use it a little bit earlier on, but Blink Call turns into just everybody dying. Fight recap, no, come back. And there's the big spike after that fight. That's actually absurd how well that fight went for IG. I mean, not IG, for Vici. That's interesting. And they pick up a Diffusal Blade too. an ISS Stasis Void. I guess that means he'll look to stick onto Ferrari, slow him down, and try to get the kill. And I thought Ferrari was going to live just a bit. He had 7 health once he was running away, but, you know, ISS was like, not going to get out of there. I mean, that's a catastrophic fight, to say the least, from IG. Losing all 5 this early on, too, and that wasn't even with Chronosphere. That was just off of a Call Skywrath Mage ultimate. The Mystic Flare, man. Blink Call, gonna go in, they find Chuan, Sunstrike comes in too. Jeez, they don't even need the Sunstrike, they just chop him down. No problem. And this ward right here, paying off. Spots Luo, spots Chissbug. Gonna find a call in onto June. They use the Roar into FY, but the Mystic Flare coming down already onto June. Ice does not have enough for a Chronosphere in terms of mana, but everybody's cutting them off. FY finds himself another chop. They see Chissbug. Can they get the call? They do interrupt him with the Thunder Bolts, and it is very, very frightening as FY gets a double kill with the chops. And I mean, that's a free Roshan. Jeez, a 3,000 gold swing, 4,000 XP, a free Aegis as well, and I mean, Vici Gaming are looking to clean up this game 1. The Medusa here from Ferrari, it's getting close to the Scotty, but I mean, they have enough to deal with it right now. The Diffusal Blade coming in from the Void, the Necro units coming in from Black, and I mean, they can break this Mana Shield though. It isn't one of those games where they don't have any methods to breaking the Medusa Mana Shield. Since it was picked up fairly early in the draft, Vici Gaming are able to draft around it and counter it out just a bit. Pick up a good Necro carrier, pick up a good Diffusal carrier. And, you know, one of the things I didn't talk about was the Diffusal coming out against it. Oh god, the courier's dead. Did it get chopped? Oh my god, they chopped the beaver down. FY. Oh my god. And then they pick up a kill on Chuan too. And one of the things you might not know is that you can call the courier. Sunstrike is enough to pick up the kill in the Chronosphere there onto Chissbug, and the counter TP from June just a little too late. They blink call back. Blind checks from FY. Looking for Ferrari, but couldn't get it. The Beaver, man, he was just trying to do his job and deliver the items. Killed mercilessly, man. What about the rule about never killing the messenger?
Radiant's mid tower.
So the tier 2 here, the Glyph is available. Courier's dead for another 2.5 minutes, so I mean, no Chronosphere, so they don't really want to commit too hard. They'll just back off, keep farming, farm up the Vici Gaming side jungle too. And that's Ferrari not being able to get his own jungle creeps. They take a stack away too from the Ancients, and that's delaying Scotty further. Further and further, man. As Ferrari falls behind. In terms of net worth there, top 1 Black, no surprise. Ferrari still trying to fight for that first spot. Does pick up his second ultimate orb, so just needs the Orb of Venom and he's good to go.
Dyer's mid towers having.
And this haste, ooh, this is a good rune for super. Getting able to zip around in these fights. And Ferrari, okay, they find some good damage, they call. And there's no Force Staff here. This isn't like a Pycat axe where he'll just Force Staff them forward, but they get some good damage in onto him. The Yules as well, but they can't pick up the killers yet. They need at least 3 people. Or just Black. Or just Black and Ice can kill him off. That combination should be no problem to take down Ferrari. And, alright, there's a big wave up top that June had to deal with. He's taking too much damage from these Forge Spirits. And, alright, who's got the Aegis currently? I believe Black has it. Yeah, Black has the Aegis, so, I mean, they should be looking to push now. Chronosphere's up in 5. They'll group up. Should be no problem. And this is one of the things with the Beastmaster. He's got a good engage in the Primal Roar, but it's not like a Tidehunter Ravage. It's not like a Brew Clap Split. So, I mean, he's got to find a good target as a Roar. And it might have to be just FY in general. They find Chuan and they just take him down no problem. A 2-man Chronosphere comes in from Ice, Mask of Madness, Thunder God's Wrath, Black with a Deafening Blast, and Meteorite combination. Oh, everybody's just dead. That looks like this is going to be game. The lag from Perfect World servers is just too much for my computer to handle, apparently. But June comes in and really can't clean up anything. So the 4 for none, 2,300 gold, or about 2,900. And 4 to 22. No 3-2-2, guys. Sorry, you missed the chance. And, yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a shapely and fast game 1 from Vici Gaming, who did lose to Newbie earlier on here in ECL. So, looking to recover it and climb back up from the loser's bracket side. They'll take a tier 3 and some racks, as despite this being popped, It doesn't matter. Alacrity, just too fast. He's blink calling. Finds Chuan again, man. Just picking him off before he can even grave. Who needs to worry about it if you just kill him off in a second? So, there you go. That's one set looking to go down here in the mid side. Sleight of fisting away. June, though, trying to do what he can. Trying to take down Black. And yeah, blink coming in from the axes there. They pop the Aegis at least, but I mean, it's still a 6-for-1 currently, counting the Aegis a bit. The Scotty's picked up. June gets bashed. Blink call does not connect, and that TP gets canceled. He does not want to fight any further into that. And a set of racks and 6 deaths coming in from the IG side. So this is not shaping up to be the best game for them. And I mean, Chuan, his positioning, he just keeps getting caught out. These calls, he needs to be alive in these fights, man. He hasn't got a grave off since, what, like 10 minutes? It feels like he just keeps getting jumped on. And then Lua, once he roars, he's kind of just... feels like it's just like the boar doing more than him. I mean, I don't know if the Scotty's going to be enough to bring them back into this game, honestly. It doesn't feel like it's going to be. So, we'll see. I mean, Vici Gaming could just leave Ice in the off lane, or one of the side lanes, and then just 4-man push down the other, and it should be pretty good. The Veil of Discord, too, picked up here by, oh my god, by Fenrir, who also has an Atos. So, the slows synergizing well with the Mystic Flare. That is a pretty dangerous combination. Also, it works really well with the Zeus, but finding Chuan again and chopping him out. FY. Leaving a trail of just blood in his wake. I mean, this is not the best game for Chuan, man. He's been picked off 8 times in these fights, and most of them have been call kills. So, jeez. That is not good for his Dazzle. And his Dazzle play has been pretty good. In I-League, he has some phenomenal play on his Dazzle here, but the Axe pickup against it just way too strong. Blink Call comes in again, pulling Ferrari back just a bit. They get the Mystic Flare. On top of it, Chronosphere going to be dropped here, Manta style, and I can't even see the Chrono with the lag. But June gets the Shallow Grave out from Chuan. He's going to stay alive for just a bit, but once the time's out, he should be dying. Sunstrike comes in for Chuan. GG's called, and I mean, what a game from Vici. IG just getting completely outclassed in this one, and that's it. So we're going to head to a quick break, and I mean, I'm at EGADS on Twitter. If you enjoyed the cast, by all means, hit me up there. Still relatively new to Dota casting, only been around it for about 3 months, so, or actually, I'd say about 2.5 months. But yeah, this is ECL. Follow me on the Summit, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, all that stuff. As well as if you want to, I guess, support the teams here, you can pick up a ticket in the shop. I don't know. I don't think this is one of the premium tickets, but either way, yeah, we'll be back for Game 2 here. As Vici do lead 1-0 now. So, see you soon.